Hey, call me Shape, and today we're reacting to a video titled "Is Trying to Date Over 40 Even Worth It Anymore?" Let's get right into it.
What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Tim back with another video, and today we have a very interesting topic. Today we're going to be talking about dating, which is always a fun topic. The comment sections are always amazing on a dating video, but specifically we're going to be talking about dating in your middle ages, like post 40, your 40s and 50s. I've just been seeing, not only in real life, but also on the internet, more and more people in that age group, which is my age group, just saying they're done. More and more people just saying, hey, I'm 47 and I don't think I'm ever going to date again. I'm 55 and I think I'm done. Just seeing a lot of people, maybe they came out of divorces a few years ago, they tried the dating thing, just couldn't find anybody, couldn't get anything, long lasting, anything real, and they're done. Or they're just people who, they've excuse me, been out on the market for a while and just tired of the dating scene, just over it. Or people who just have come to realize, and I think I might be heading down this path, which is why I wanted to do this video. But I think people who are just realizing that maybe once you hit a certain age, you're just like set in your ways, especially if you haven't dated in a while. It's been almost a decade since I was in like a serious relationship. So like, I think I'm just very set in my ways. You know what I mean? Like, it would be very hard for someone at this age. I'm 45 now. It would be very hard for like someone to come into my life and like acclimate to like how I live my life. I know me, I kind of live a different lifestyle. That makes it harder. But just in general, it's like, I don't know. I felt like when I was younger, I was willing to make that sacrifice. Like when you're in your 20s and your 30s, it's all about meeting somebody, finding love, a family for a lot of people. As I'm getting older, it just feels like, do I even want to make that sacrifice? Do I want to switch up being able to do whatever I want to do whenever I want to do it? For what? I mean, don't get me wrong. Love is a beautiful thing. True love is an amazing thing. And I know that there are aspects of this life I'll never get to experience alone. But I think the older I get, the more at peace I am with that. There was a time when I was younger, I wasn't at peace with it. It's like, oh, you got to find somebody. You got to be with somebody. You need to be in love. Now that I'm in my mid 40s, I'm kind of like, do I? Do I want to give up the freedom to travel wherever I want, go wherever I want? Do I want to give that up? And I'm wondering if more and more people in this age group aren't coming to that realization. I'm wondering if more of us just are like, I'm good now, and I'd be curious for people who might be a generation above me, people in their 60s. Was this a thing 20 years ago for them, or is this a new phenomenon? Like, there's a lot of, I think there's a lot of things happening that are a byproduct of new technologies we have and just the way the world is changing. And I think sometimes it takes, 10, 15 years to see the results. And I'm wondering if some of the things that happened in the 90s or early 2000s, we're seeing the byproduct of it now. But it just seems like more and more people aren't worried about it, especially once they hit middle age. They're just not worried about it. I mean, maybe it's a tough time to meet people. Maybe it's always been this way, but I feel like it's a tough age to meet people. Because I know for me, like, where do I go to meet women in their 40s?
I'm glad you asked because I would love to answer. First off, I want to talk about this idea from my standpoint of my dad. My dad actually got divorced a few years ago in his 60s, and he's had 2 girlfriends since. And my dad's not some big time player, but he's a successful man. He lives alone. He just bought a brand new townhouse, 3 stories, brand new built. He's the first person to live. My dad loves brand new houses. We lived in a lot of brand new houses growing up, and he's a catch, and he's a salsa dancer, so he meets a lot of women salsa dancing. And my dad he keeps in touch with people. He's good at networking and socializing. So, yeah, I think if you're a desirable man over the age 40, 50, 60, there's options for you. I think it's harder for women for sure. But I know that people, as they get older, they become less tolerant to nonsense, right? So if you find a woman, make sure she acquiesces, not just accepts, but acquiesces to your lifestyle. And bring her with you if you want to travel. But if you do want to stay single, my question to you is this. Do you want to have sex? Because if you can have sex and stay single, stay single. The need for a relationship for men in general is reliable access to sex. I'm just telling you the truth, that they don't have to pay, a hooker for.
You're not hanging out at the bars, you're not hanging out at the clubs as much anymore. I feel like too, a lot of people in this age range, they got a lot of stuff going on. They don't have as much time to date, maybe more than they would have had a few years ago. Maybe when the kids were still home or whatever, but still, it's an age where most people got stuff going on. So where do you go to meet women in their 40s? Excuse me. Where do you go to meet women in their 40s and 50s? You can try the apps, and I've tried the apps, but I don't know. The apps, it just feels like a meat market, bro. I don't like the idea of swiping left on people it seems very judgy on the apps. I'm like, no. I find myself critiquing people and laughing at people and noticing people's flaws. You know what I mean? And that's not me. I would never do that in real life.
Dating over 40 as a man is concerning. But you know what's even more concerning? Not having health insurance. And that's why today's video is sponsored by Ishmael Stonewall. Take it from here, Ish.
Yeah, so thanks, Shape. So as we know, a lot of people are looking for health insurance right now. It's open enrollment. I offer free consultations to my clients. We work with small businesses, families, and individuals to find their best health insurance options. Now, we work with all major carriers, Aetna, Blue Cross, Cigna, and United, on their public and private networks. Typically, we save our clients about 20% on their premiums, and we get them PPO networks, which means nationwide coverage. So if anyone listening here could benefit from a consultation, maybe save some money on your insurance or find something better, hit me up, give me a call, give me a text, schedule with me, and I'll see if I can help you out. Let's go.
Yeah, so if you need health insurance or you're looking to reduce your premiums, give my buddy Ishmael a call and let him know Shape sent you.
I never do that in real life, but on the apps, I do it. And I'm like, I don't like this. It just seems very meat markety. No. And honestly, and I think a lot of men could attest to this, it is a looks thing on some level. So I'm not one of those guys who just does great on the apps. And it's funny though, different cities I do better. Some cities I go and I get a ton of matches, others I get none. But even then, it's that whole, most women do better. An average woman on the app gets more matches than the average man. So even then, whenever I am talking with women, I feel like they've got way more options than I've got. You know what I mean? So a lot of them, you can tell they're talking to 5 other guys at the same time. And I'm big on energy and stuff. And I can kind of tell when, someone's chatting with me or talking with me or messaging with me and they're really into it, or they're just kind of, if it doesn't seem real, I unmatch. And what usually happens is I get on the apps for about a week and then I get disgusted, I get off. So I'm not downing the apps, they just don't seem to work for me. So I'm like, you got the apps. People will say go to the grocery store, which seems creepy. Any place that people go and look for one. It just seems creepy, bro. I'm not going to the library creeping around the stacks, you know what I mean? Over there by I was going to say card catalog, but they don't do that anymore. I don't even know what's in the library anymore. I guess the computer. I don't know. It's just, where do you go to meet women at this age?
All right, so I'm going to give advice to this because I see men ask this question a lot. I personally do very well on apps. So I don't know. I think I would do even better in my 40s because I'd have way more money, way more resources, way more established. So yeah, I would say if you want to do well on apps, you got to be a woman's best option. You can't just show up looking mediocre or half-assed. No offense to this guy, but I'm looking the way he's dressed. He got a little Colombian shirt on, a little t-shirt. He doesn't seem like he puts that much effort into his outfits, which I think men should. I think people should put way more effort into their clothing. They shouldn't just, I throw this on because it feels comfortable, it's relaxed. No, man, dress up. Look good. This is life. This is your body. You get one chance at this. Don't just show up and just, I'm here. So many people have a cavalier attitude towards life. It's pathetic. I was like that at one time too. You know what I'm saying? I had a girl who she changed me forever because I remember we're celebrating Christmas together, and one Christmas she bought me underwear, right? Undershirts and underwear. And they were Michael Kors. And I'm like, oh, these are really nice. She was like, yeah, because your underwear is dingy. And I was offended by it. And she wasn't meaning dingy like dirty. They were just like, yo, how long have you had these underwear? And I was like, I don't know. They fit. They don't got any holes on it, so I keep wearing them. She was like, no, if you look at your body like a temple, decorate it in such a way, right? And this is my advice to men, decorate. So, now what I've learned from her is like, yeah, I like my body. I work out. I'm fit. I should wear some nice underwear, right? I'm not saying spend $500 on one pair of underwear, but yeah, cycle through your underwears when they start to fade or they're too tight or whatever, like they start to get pilly. Throw them away and buy new ones. You should be buying new underwears regularly. And I'm only saying this to say that we need to put a lot more effort in our looks and how we present ourselves. That's one. So if you want to do better on dating apps, take professional pictures. I used to be a professional photographer, so the picture I have on a dating app is professional because I'm good at it. Take professional pictures, make effort at it. But if you don't want to do dating apps, I would say be part of clubs, groups, go to events. If you're not a part of a gym, you need to be a part of a gym. I think everybody of every age should be in the gym. Of every age, every weight class should be in the gym. And people neglect it, they're going to have to worry about that later on. Because if you neglect to take care of your body now, you're going to have to take care of your sickness later. You got the choice. You know what I'm saying? One or the other. But it could be, like I said, my dad does salsa dancing, so he's a part of that. Be part of, I don't know, do charity events. Give back to the world. I mean, you're in your 40s, right? You might have some extra disposable incomes. Go out and donate your time, donate your money, give back, Social events. There's so many networking events. There's always networking events for people that are trying to get into real estate, for people who are trying to get into stocks, for people who's trying to get into, people just like to travel. There's travel clubs. There's groups of people that travel together. Different sports. If you want to play basketball, if you want to play pickleball's blowing up in America now. Do something with your life. Be active. Be involved. Find a love for something. I love yoga, so when I travel, I like to bring my yoga mat with me and go to different yoga studios when I'm traveling. It's one of the things I look forward to. I like to go to different gyms when I travel. I'm vegan. I like to try different vegan restaurants. Find the things you like in life and do them, and go to events based on that. It's really easy. Find your hobbies, your passions, and really explore them. Don't be looking for a girl at Whole Foods. That's creepy, yeah. I mean, if you meet a girl at Whole Foods, talk to girls. And that's another thing. Listen, start talking to people. Stop waiting for something to happen. Start talking to people. And my question for him, do you have kids? If you don't have kids, man, you might even want to think about moving to a different country. Passport bros are doing amazing. I did a couple of videos, and passport bros are amazing for men over the age 40 and 50, especially if you have some disposable income, So you got some options, man. Don't think it's over. For women, it's tougher, in my opinion. For men, you got options. My he's going to be 60, 66, 65 this year. He's doing great. And if he became single tomorrow, he'd still do great.
And then a lot of people at this age have been through, one marriage, two marriages. I know for me, I've never been married. So if you've been divorced or divorced twice, or if you've got like 3 kids, for me, I know there's just a lot. I don't have a lot in common with women my age just because I'm child free, never been married. Sometimes I run across women who are a little jaded from their past. And I'm sure I've said many times, I got emotional walls built up from my past. So, when you're younger, it seems like, you believe in love and you're open to so much. We get this age, we kind of done seen some stuff. You know what I mean? And I think it makes it harder to connect because you just like, nah, you remind me of my ex, or I don't know. It just seems like there's a lot more reason not to connect than when you're younger and you just believe in it so much. I think when you get this age, maybe you've just stopped believing, and I do believe in true love, and I do think it is possible. I just don't know if it's as probable, as I get older. And I'm just honestly like, I know for me, I'm like, if I could just find a couple more situationships, like I'm cool meeting somebody and we hang out for a month and What, you know what I mean? Like, I don't, there's no, for me, this ideal that I have to find true, undying love isn't as important to me anymore. If it happened, that'd be great. You know, I'd love to meet somebody I could die with. But like, it's not that big a deal anymore. And that seems to be what I'm hearing from a lot of people who they may still casually date and they may, you know, go out every now and then and meet people, but it's just this ideal of like meeting someone. Excuse me. I'm still getting over this cold. I apologize. Meeting someone and it being happily ever after. It just seems like once you hit, you know, 43, that just ain't what it used to be. It's just, I don't know. Maybe the world in general, I think people just aren't, you know, so many numbers are down as far as like human connection and relationships around the world. You know, all over the world, people aren't getting as married as much. People aren't having kids as much. I think just in general, we're just not doing those type of things on the levels we used to. So I guess it makes sense that you get to a certain age and you're just like, you know, I think we can all admit that, especially like here in the West, we're in this weird situation where, and I think this affects all age groups, but like our values have kind of changed. But when it comes to dating, we act like we want to hold on to like the old, the old values, you know? I don't know. Gender roles are changing. So that changes things up too. Gender itself is changing, you know, it's just, there's just so many things that I think you know, you have traditional thinkers and then you have people who are whose thought pattern, who think along the lines of like some of the new stuff coming out. I spend a lot of time around people in their 20s, things like that. So a lot of the new ideas appeal to me and I understand, you know, where the kids are coming from. And I do think it is time for some changes along some of those lines. But once again, if you meet someone who still has the older traditional values, it can be kind of, you know, so I think that's an area where a lot of people are butting heads.
You know, listening to this guy, like, and I don't know him from a can of paint. Shout out to him, Timothy Ward. I'm going to put a link to his channel in the description. From what I could observe, and my estimation, that he's a nice guy. He doesn't seem like he's been a ladies' man. He doesn't seem like he does terribly well with women. He might have a body count of like 10 or 15, even though he's in his 40s. And that might be high for him. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Some men, you know, I think what the average amount of sex partners for a man in the U.S. in their life is 7. That number might be up to 12. I don't know now, but that's what it was a few years ago. Anyway, the point I'm saying that is because he might be the perfect candidate for dating like a really attractive, well-meaning, well-working single mom. Like I know a single mom that I would introduce him to, like, personally. This girl, she's bad. I think she just turned 40. She might turn 41. She's like one son, one boy, and because she hasn't had a lot of success in recent times, I think at all dating, I can tell because on her story, she's always posting about waiting for the right one and she's not going to tolerate this and that. But let me tell you, she seems like a sweet girl, and she's bad. Like, her body, like, I got to give her a credit. She's slamming looking, you know, abs, butt, you know what I'm saying? She's a little on the taller side, but I think she's dope. You know, I don't want to date a single mom personally, and I don't feel like I have to. You know, everybody wants the best that they can get. You know what I'm saying? I personally think I could attract a girl just as interesting, attractive, younger than she is without a child. For me personally, you know, but if I was older, you know, I think I would look at things differently. So no knock to her, but this is why I wouldn't go for her myself. And like I said, everybody's trying to get their best, right? She's 40 and she's a young boy, but she's trying to get the best dude she could get. So I'm saying that he'd appeal to her. And where could he meet her? At a gym. Bro, sign up to a gym right now. I don't care. And don't go to the budget gyms like the Planet Fitness and LA Fitness and the Crunch. Go to the more upscale gyms. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have a lot more classes and stuff like that you could take. And you get to meet people. You get to know people. Show up. Work on yourself. Little by little, you meet people. You'll make friends. And boom, you know what I'm saying? You could start having a social circle. You need to have if you want to be a man and you're going to be single, you need to have a social life. A life where you naturally meet men and women your age, younger and older, and you could form connections and relationships. I work at a gym, so I meet tons of people, right? I meet tons of people all the time, new people, and it's kind of like this revolving door of people that are like-minded to me, right? Some people that are trying to get fit, some people are already fit like I am, and some people that are just maintaining it like I am as well. And I think that'd be a perfect place. I just don't see why people don't have gym as part of what they do. And I think it's because a lot of people are just so average, right? And the average person doesn't go to the gym. Only 7% of the population goes to the gym day in and day out on a yearly basis. 7%. 93% of people don't even touch a gym. But I do think 25% of people have a gym membership that they don't even use. Yeah, that bad. So I'm thinking in my life, if I'm his age and I don't have children, I'll be shocked if I don't. I'm about to be 37 in January. If I don't have any kids by 46, damn, I just feel like, man, I got a huge opportunity ahead of me. A huge opportunity. Like if I still manage to get by and not that like it's just going to happen to me, but bro, for me personally, so he says he barely does well. I do really well on apps. People know I tell the story a million times. I have over 400 matches on Hinge. And I did that within a year. And from that, I've dated 6, 7 girls from there. I'm talking to one girl I'm talking to now. I met her from Hinge. So I have a lot of success on the apps. And I don't even go on it like that anymore. I really don't. Just because it's just, I just get overloaded. If I'm talking to too many people at once, and I'm trying to work, I'm trying to drop 3, 4 YouTube videos in a day. It's just conflicting, But if I didn't do that, if I was in your shoes, yeah, I would join different social clubs. Get in. If you're a swimmer, get into swimming events. If you like rock climbing. People are doing run clubs. Join a run club. Even though that might be more skewed to younger people, but so what? You know what I'm saying? What says a girl that's like 37, 38 wouldn't date you? That might be the range you might want to hit. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're established, you're 46, you got your own house. You a girl who's 35, 36, 37, 38 who still don't have kids, or maybe has one kid, you'd be perfect for. So, but it's hard for people who haven't had that much success with women in their lives to just turn around and believe that that's possible. See, I could say this because I've had so much success with women. And what I mean by that is like, I try to tell this to people all the time, and I try to say it, and I'm not bragging. I've been chased by women my entire life, right? Meaning that women have pursued me, wanted to date me my entire life. I get hit on regularly. I get, people talk to me sexually. People send me nudes, send me messages, to this day. I'm telling you, to this day, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get hit on. So, for me, I just have a mindset of abundance, but you should too. You might need to change. I know you're stuck in your ways, but you might need to change stuff about yourself. You might need to become more active, physically active. Like I said, I'm assuming you don't hit the gym. I don't know. My assumption he doesn't, because if you did, you might not be having this conversation. I'm just saying. But I don't know. How about we read some of the comments to wrap it up, and then I'll take this bad boy home. Okay, first comment says, dating now is like shopping the day before Christmas. All the good things are taken. Everything left is broken. Yo, that's kind of funny. That is really funny. I don't even have a comment on that. Another comment says, turning 60 this year, have not been in a relationship in over 20 years. Since he was 40, Jesus Christ. I have never downloaded a dating app. I enjoy my own company. I just got tired of dating with emotionally broken people, bringing their trauma into my mental space. Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, women are emotional, if you will. I like the word neurotic better because I think that expresses it more. I think we all have emotion. The difference is I think women are more sensitive to negative emotion, and therefore they act out. And, I'm talking to a girl right now, and we have a lot of things going for ourselves, but at times I just feel like, man, she just really, wants to fight with me about something. I don't know what. And she thinks I'm the toxic one. No, you're the toxic one. Anyway, another comment says, the more mature a man becomes, the less he tolerates the BS of other people. Yeah, it's true. This is why, like, I don't know if he's at that point. If you're not financially free in your 40s, you're doing it wrong. For all the young men out there, do what I'm doing now. I am grinding. You know, and you don't got to do it for YouTube, but I'm grinding for YouTube, right? I've been doing YouTube for 5 years now. I'm about to pass 5,400 subscribers. I've been making money on YouTube for over a year now. And I think in a few months, I'll be able to be full-time. I'm still part-time. Like I said, I work at the gym. But, you know, by the time I'm 46, you know, that'll be me, what? That's 10 years from now. That'll me doing YouTube for 15 years. I'm going to be well taken care of. But, again, you got to start young. Another comment says, no, sir. Tried one last time 2 years ago at 45, and it was a massive shit show. All done and taking care of myself. After 2 divorces, my peace and quiet is priceless. You know what? Shout out to you men that could do it. You know, I know the saying, can't live with them, can't live without them. My question to you guys, and I'm curious, and if you're in the comments right now, if you decide not to talk to women, what are you going to be on? Pornhub all the time? Like, how are you going to get off? And I know, look, 30% of men over age 30 is impotent. 40 over 40, 50 over 50, 60 over 60. So a lot of y'all members ain't even working. Your Johnson don't even stand, right? You can't get the flag to stand anymore. So maybe it's not a big deal. But for me, I like reliable punani. Anyway, that's the video. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Channel blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you over there.